guys, here we go. So what I'm going to do is talk about a few things that you're going to run into when trying to drop a LS motor into your C3 Corvette. All right, one of the main things that I ran into was I had to modify my water pump. And if you're familiar with the LS style water pumps, you know that it's two ports that come out here to connect your heater core. Well, if you can see, the C3 control arm sits right on the side of the water pump. So what I had to do was remove the ports and tap the hose. So I ran two plugs in them. Right now, I'm not currently running a heater core, running my heater core, which is fine, but it's ways around it. I know it's a company that sells a water pump that's already modified, a LS1 style water pump that's already modified. So you can just purchase it from them. I did see a couple places online where they just drilled and tapped two new holes and then hooked up their heater core. Another thing I did was use LS1 accessories. So I used the LS1 style water pump, and the car water pump or the LS1 style water pump doesn't have the inlet like the truck water pump. So the truck water pump has a radiator hose inlet that sticks up. As you see, this one comes from the front, and that's because of the intake. So the LS1 in-style intake actually sits over that water pump like that. It's a low profile intake. I use that one for clearance issues on the C3 Corvette. I'm not sure if a truck style LS intake will work on this vehicle, but I didn't take the chances, and plus I just like the way that the car intake looks anyway. So if you choose to use an iron block LS motor with the LS1 accessories, if you don't go aftermarket accessories, if you choose to use the LS1 accessories, you're gonna have to modify your block. And if you look down here, this is the alternator bracket that comes with the LS1 accessories. And what I had to do, it's kind of hard to see, you're not going to be able to see it from the video, but where I had to drill and tap my block, and so I was able to run this this bolt here. So I drill tap my block, then I was able to run this bolt, and then I was able to use this alternator. All right, guys, I'm gonna get up under here. I just jacked the car up. I'm gonna show you another thing that you need when doing your LS swap. Like I said, I got the LS1 accessories, but I also got the all pan, the LS1 all pan, and it's the shallow all pan. I strongly recommend that you get that. Here are the LS swap plates that I use, and you can find those on Amazon for $35. And I use the factory motor mounts. I'm trying to see if you can see that. But I used the factory motor mounts and bolted them to the LS swap mounts. Dirty Dingo sells swap plate that's slotted instead of having the individual hose. If I can do it all over again, I will go that route. But I mean, hey, for $35 versus $150, I went this route. So this is another thing that you're gonna need, and that's the LS1 all pan. As you can see, it's pretty dirty down here actually, and it's close. It's super duper close, but it's not touching. But it's super duper close. All right, guys. So I'm back here by the tank. And another thing that you're going to need to do your swap is the external fuel pump if you don't upgrade your tank to receive in-tank fuel pump. So, all right, what I did, I came in out the tank into the Walbro inline fuel pump, and I went over to the C5 regulator with the return. All right, so this is your return line here, and that goes back to the tank. And then, but you need this, so it comes out off the pump into the regulator, and then that goes on to the motor. And then this is your return. All right. That's the setup for the fuel.